So we've got my buddy Taylor's bike here. He had some blown out base gaskets. Thing was leaking like the Valdez. We got jugs here, rehoned, new rings going in. Gonna clean up the pistons a little bit, throw it back together. He's doing some paint that's gonna look slick on this. And then we've got to do a mid-control swap and finish polishing the HPI pipe up. Got the headers done the other day, got to do the can. Knock that out. The other thing is, so I always tell people I don't like to work on anything if it's, I strictly stay Harleys. This was kind of a neat ordeal. It's a 57 BMW Isetta 300. Mr. Krieger, old gentleman here in town, he had it, got a hold of me, said that there were some carb issues. And I was like, well, I don't know much about it being carburetor, but, or much about these in general. I was like, well, bring it out. I'll take a peek at it, decide if I want to, mess with it. My thing was I didn't want to work on something and not be able to get it completed, just because this is kind of out of my scope as far as a BMW Isetta from 1957. But no, we fired it up. It runs phenomenal, runs great. The only thing is I think it needs the idle raised a little bit. So gonna do that. Definitely could use some new tires. These bad boys are dry rotted. But this thing's pretty slick, really. I'd never seen one in person. Front door opens up. It's got your standard clutch, brake, gas pedal. There's a choke over here. There's one that says choke. The other one, I'm not sure what the other one is. I'm wondering if it's a vent of some sort for this guy. You got the manual 4 on the, I wouldn't really call that the floor. I'd call that the wall. On the wheel well, 4 on the wheel well. The top drops back, just the center there, a little moonroof action. This thing's actually really slick, and I didn't realize how I didn't realize how neat these things are. It's got the internal, so there's a fuel lever here. Off is dead center, reserves over here, on's there. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't, it's not going to require much. Like I said, I fired it up, drove it around the property here, and it runs great. Just needs the idle raised up, which cracks me up. He told me, he's like, yeah. He's like, I had it up to 53 on the highway one time. And I'm like, dude, that, I don't know if I'd want to go 53 in this thing. But he said he's owned it since he was a teenager. Bought it from a gentleman that worked here at a factory in Burlington. So it's got a lot of neat history on it, and that's kind of, like I said, I usually don't work on anything unless it's a Harley. It was kind of one of those things where it's like, well, it had some history behind it. He was not the original owner, but the second owner, and it was just kind of a neat ordeal. And I was like, well, it's carb work at the end of the day, so that's not too hard. Like I said, it just raising the idle up, and she'll be solid, I think. And he's even got the original BMW export instruction manual, the parts manual, spare parts book. So it's got everything I need to figure it out. It is interesting though. It's only, he said that it weighs 1,100 pounds, and back in the day when you could buy them new for $1,100. So $1 a pound. And I mean, it's light. It seems like pushing it just through the driveway is just as easy as walking. Definitely a neat little unit. The next thing that we're doing, or Dad's doing, he's wanting to cut it all himself. I said, that's fine. Kind of gets a little scary that way, but we started on this FXR FXR M8 swap. We ground the center mounts, center crossbar out. We ground the front mounts. We're using the wonderful bolt-in mounts front and rear, clean moto. So you got to remove quite a bit of material there. Drop these in, bam. Put your M8 isolators in there, it's great. We've got more webbing to cut and clearance here on this backbone. Once we get it all test fit and make sure everything's good, we'll panel it back in. It's coming along great. Like I said, these products from Clean Moto, they make these phenomenal mounts, front and rear mounts. And then here is the transplant, the heart that we're getting for it is a, I believe it was a 2019 Road Glide or Street Glide, one of the two. M8 107, nothing too crazy. We're planning on doing a cam, intake, exhaust, obviously. But no, it should be one heck of a bike for sure. We started on the frame 2 days ago, but Dad's been kind of bouncing around, so he hasn't really been able to get as much work done on the frame as he wanted to. Otherwise, my plan was at least have it mocked up sitting in the frame by the end of today. Likely not going to happen, as we don't have the rear pivot mounts, or the rear pivot, the blocks. We don't have the front bolt, but we've got the isolators for the front. So not gonna be able to get it in today as far as that goes, but I'd like to have at least the frame trimmed out to clear up for it. Yeah, so this is going good. Definitely gonna be interesting. We've got some more, what we've got right here, we're gonna cut out a section to where we can get the drain plug straight down through off of the primary. I mean, realistically, we're gonna try and keep it as original frame-wise, so then like the side panels go back on. I don't know if we will do the Arlen Ness full side cover like what we have here, or if we'll just do like what I've got on my FXR, which are just the factory, I'd call it a half cover. But either way, we're going to try and keep everything as original for the mounts so we can put that stuff back in. Update on this thing, waiting on the wheels still. Talked to Lindall Wheels. They said that they are going through anodizing right now. So hopefully in the next week and a half or so, we'll see them. And I'm looking for a 6-speed. So if anybody knows who's holding on to a Ultima 6-speed by chance, I could use one. So definitely go from there. Otherwise, this thing's pretty much done. I put some miles on it now, and it rides phenomenal. Like I said, I guess the only thing left besides the wheels and the 6-speed is the instrument cluster that I'm gonna do. Getting that designed, gonna do a full dash right up here. I don't want to go too far in detail, but it should be pretty slick once it's done. Moo Dog, what are you doing, dude? So here we got a 2000 FXR 4. It's my sister's bike, actually. She hasn't ridden it for, quite a few years now. And it's just been sitting. So basically it's getting new battery, carb's probably gonna be cleaned. Just gone through, make sure it runs right. We never did, she's got Legends on the back. I think we're gonna do some Race Tech internals on the front, just stiffen it up so it doesn't hydraulic going through the corners essentially. And then the wheels, the chrome's been peeling on the front wheel and it doesn't necessarily look the best. So I think we're gonna do something there. Not telling how much she's gonna ride it, but this is definitely a beautiful bike. So just want to get it back on the road for her so it is rideable. I think my brother-in-law wants to ride it a little bit, but I know they want to color match the front fairing. These are neat. I've always liked the FXR 4s. I've always wanted the orange version of this, which I've been finding a couple orange versions here and there. There's one down in Oklahoma right now for sale that's actually pretty original, it looks like. But yeah, we definitely enjoy our FXRs around here, that's for sure. That's for sure, Moo Dog. So, yep. Nothing too crazy with this, just giving her some new life, essentially. Fluids, battery, like I said, probably go through the carb, put some good fuel in it, and she should be ready to rip. We've been on the road for a little while now, somewhere in Missouri, almost to Wheatland. I think we've got about an hour left to go. I didn't get a video when we left the shop, but we are headed down. We got a cabin because there's no hotels around this place. Staying down here in the middle of the woods somewhere. Set up. Gonna be set up tomorrow. Should be good. Document a little bit of it. So see you guys. I'll check back in once we get to the cabin. I honestly have no clue where we're at. Well, I know I booked it's a cabin. let me see. Yeah. So we're back from Missouri, kind of wrapping this one up a little later. Race weekend went great. Actually, like I said, I kind of went in with not many expectations for myself, other than my goal was to not get last. In qualifying, I was under a second off of the fastest time, which I was pretty pumped on because I haven't raced professional flat track, an actual flat track, since 2017 professionally. I don't like car tracks. I mean, it kind of, everything was against my favors, but I was under a second off of the fastest time in qualifying, and so it was pretty cool. The main event, I just kind of tried to do what I could do, boiled the brakes off by lap 6, so I was just struggling with that. I had no rear brakes, ended up burning the clutch up, so got some stuff to fix before the next round. My plan is we're gonna go do Peoria TT and see how that goes, but we've got a small list of things to fix and change before then, and yeah, definitely look forward to it. So yeah, we wound up 14th. So I didn't get last. We wound up 14th, made that, started 15th, ended 14th. Guy had a bike break, but hey, we'll take it, you know. So made a little bit of money for the weekend and had some fun, and we're going on to Peoria. So thanks for watching.